Welcome to Learned and Go-Go, the podcast. Hey, my name is Sydnee A. I am your host, and I am the author of Everything I Need to Know, I Learned in Go-Go, How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self. And it is season 3, guys. I am so excited to be back. I am going to have to close out this Facebook because it is dinging in the background. So let me just share this to my Sydnee author page, and then I can click this out. Here we go. All right. So how have you guys been? What is new? What is going on in the past few weeks since we have met? I missed you all so much. I'm really hoping that things are good in your world, that you had an amazing couple weeks, New Year, holidays, however it is that you spend them. I hope that they were good for you. I had a really, really great few weeks. Aside from I have this stupid pain. So if you see me grabbing my arm, it's a pinched nerve and it's fucking killing me. But I'm going to get through this hour anyway. So you guys have to make me laugh. You have to distract me. Okay, that's your job tonight. But we had really, really nice Christmas with my family, and always great to see my parents, my siblings, their significant others, kids, the whole fam. And then New Year's was a lot of fun. Our godson came to visit from New Zealand, so that was phenomenal. He came on New Year's Eve and was with us until the 16th, so we got to do so much fun stuff with him. He's 13, and I have older kids now, so it was like an adjustment to have a teenager again. But one thing that I must say, everywhere that we took him, we went to Philly. We went to the Mutter Museum. If you're not familiar, it's a scientific medical history museum. So they have, like body parts in jars and, like histories of mutations. And there's, I think they call her the soap lady. It's like a way that she was preserved. It's not quite mummification, but pretty close, like very strange, really cool shit. He got to run up the Rocky Steps in Philly, because when in Philly, you got to run up the Rocky Steps. We went to the Hearst potato chip factory. We went go-karting. I feel like I'm missing some stuff. But we had a really, really good time. But every place that we went, they commented how polite he was, how nice he was. So shout out to my best friend for doing a phenomenal job raising your son, because we got tons and tons of compliments. Yay, Aaliyah's here. Hey, beautiful. Thank you so much for hopping on. I hope things are good with you and that you've had a really good last couple weeks. I love that we talk all the time on social media. So I'm super happy that you are here tonight. Thank you. Yeah, but like our New Year's was kind of, we stayed in. We always stay in on New Year's. We never want to drive anywhere. And played pool, like watched the ball drop, that kind of stuff. So feel free to put in the comments how you celebrated the holidays if you did. If it's not your jam, that's cool too. But yeah, it's been pretty cool just getting stuff done. I did go on a couple other podcasts recently, one to hype up the Red Huntress, which I have a role in episode 2, which I'm super excited about. Let me see. Can you see it? No, I think it's on this side. If you guys didn't notice, I've recently redone this room. It's a work in progress, but we've got some more stuff hanging up. I got rid of my banner, so now I have my poster. You might recognize my friend Johnny Necro's comic book there. Super awesome, 25th anniversary. You should get it. That is a perk from the Red Huntress. That is from Tromathon. It's the Toxic Avenger. We've got Dadmented Geek Den. We've got Life After, the book series. I think that's some dancing pictures. Oh, no, wait, no, that's Gerald in the Afterlife. That's dancing pictures. And then, of course, Rocky Horror Picture Show. And The Red Huntress and Slaughter Beach are on the other side. So if you have something that you are, artistically trying to get traction for, you have a comic, you have a movie, you have a book, something like that. If you have something I can hang up, send it to me. I'm happy to hype you up too. Hey, Kyler. Thank you for hopping on here, sweetie. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It is hump day. It is season 3 of Learned and Go-Go, the podcast. And I am so happy you guys are all hopping on here with me. Hey, it is Frankie James. So for those of you who don't know, Frankie is who I have to thank for my podcasting. To begin with, I was a guest on his podcast and I loved it so much that I said I wanted to have my own. And so he helped me get this going. So thank you, Frankie. And actually, 3 days from now is the first anniversary of my first podcast. And I like to call the first podcast my book report, because if you go back, it's on Spotify, it's on Amazon, it's all over the place. If you watch or listen to my first podcast, it sounds like I'm reading a book report. I was so nervous. I had notes up all over my bookshelves and I just was like reading because I was so scared. And I had pages and pages. I'm like, oh, this is an hour? Of course. It's like, so I got it was like 22 minutes, I think. I had no idea. So I'd like to think that I have come a long way since that first podcast. And I appreciate all of you who have been on the journey with me. Thank you. So let's see where we're going tonight. All right. Yes, Frankie, you do owe me a folder of photos. I was going to reach out. We'll get that together. Hey, Tanya's here. Thanks for hopping on. It's good to see you. And Luna Projects. Hey. Who else do we have here? Lisa, thank you for hopping on from Washington State. Very cool. I appreciate you hopping on. Let's see. Yes. When Frankie helped produce my first episode, my dog was laying on him. She would not let him get up. It was hilarious, actually. Oh, Rebecca's here too. Hey, sweetie. Thanks for hopping on. So yeah, it's interesting, like thinking back that long ago. And I mean, it's really not that long ago. It's been less than a year. But it just goes to show that when you try things and give them a chance, you really can get good at something, like, or at least better. Like, don't judge things by the first time you try them, because most of us, when we try something new, we probably will suck or fall on our face or at least have room for improvement. So when you're trying something new, give yourself that grace, and definitely reach out to people who can help you on your journey, to get better, to learn the skills, to kind of point you in the right direction. There's no harm in asking for help, and there's no shame in it, because none of us knows everything. And as long as you continue to be teachable and be open to learning, you never know what you can pull off. So thank you, Frankie, for your help with this. Oh, Tanya's been busy being a housewife and grandma. I love grandmaing. That's so cute. I'm so glad you are able to do that. I don't know if I will ever get that, but I'm a great aunt now. So it's kind of like, grandma adjacent, And Frankie said, absolutely, totally agree. First time I ever did photos with the flyers, they were terrible. But 5 years later, and I'm on the red carpet taking pics of me and Dave Gorolindelli. That's right. That was a fun night. I don't know if I asked you. I think you said no, that you don't have a picture of me tripping on the red carpet, because me being me, I went to walk out on it and I totally tripped over the edge of it and went flying. At least I didn't land on my ass, but it was super cold waiting to get across the red carpet. And with my arm hurting, I was kind of not really paying attention, but that was a fun night. And if you guys are wondering what we're talking about with the red carpet, also, oh wait, no, I moved the light over here. I don't think I can. Here. That's my lanyard from, oh, here we go. Delco, the movie, just had its premiere this past weekend. And my husband's deli was one of the sponsors. So we got to do the red carpet John and walk across that and get pictures taken and feel like we were celebrities. So that was fun. The movie's awesome. And we had a really good time, going to see it. if you guys are Clerks fans, Brian O'Halloran is in it. He plays Dante in Clerks. So I finally got to talk to him. So that was fun. He's a super nice guy. And Brian Dunkelman's in it. It was really well done. It's fun. You don't have to be from Delco, which is Delaware County, Pennsylvania. You don't have to be from Delco to enjoy the movie. So when it is out streaming, I'm not sure when that will be. I will let you guys know so you can check it out. So, oh, Frankie asked how my arm is. I felt bad when I came in with a huge hug. So I went to acupuncture again today. And my doctor, who I've been seeing for over 10 years and trust implicitly, told me I need to go get an MRI. So not a happy bunny about that. But, you know, sometimes you just wake up injured. How did I get this old? I didn't do anything. So, okay, this is what you guys can do for me in the comments. I want you all to create a backstory of how I pinched my nerve and messed up my arm, because I'm old and I woke up is a terrible story. And I don't feel like a badass telling people that's why I'm in pain, is because I woke up and I'm old. So give me a good backstory and I'll read out your backstories that you give me. And if I like it enough, I'll start telling people that's why I'm injured instead of the real reason. Let's see. Kyler said I'm a celebrity. I have had so much fun this past year, just being in so many different indie movies. It has been so fun. Bunch of indie movies and a trauma movie. So super excited about that. Shout out to Johnny Necro, because I got to be in the trauma movie with him, and Curse of the Ghostwriter, which I'm also in, is Johnny's movie. So super excited about that. It's been fun. And again, say yes to things. Just because you're not an expert doesn't mean you can't try them out. Just be honest with somebody. It's like when Johnny asked me to host his mini series, I said, I'd love to. I've never done it before. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we can figure it out together. Hey, Siri's talking to me. And we went from there, and it's been fun. And I've met an entire community of really awesome people that I would have never met. And, you know, my life has been wonderful. So you never know what is 2 steps away as long as you say yes. You know, Lizzie, hey, says we're here. So I'm going to guess that's Lizzie and Aaron. Thank you for hopping on, guys. And yes, what an incredible night. Thanks to Chris Pierdomenico and Leah Savoli for having me. I'm so glad that they got you to take photos, Frankie. That is awesome. That is the creator and the producer of Delco the movie. So super cool. And that's how I got the hookup with Leah being the producer to be one of the lunch ladies in the movie. And I get to sit in a church pew with Brian O'Halloran too. So cool stuff. Very grateful. Let's see. Oh no, you're putting me on the TV. Don't do that. You might see my pimples. I'm just kidding. Let's see here. We've got Rebecca's on YouTube because Facebook has been a pain. Oh, Aaliyah says I sneezed. You know, that I could absolutely have hurt myself sneezing. Frankie says working out and Muffy loved you up a little too much. That's a fact too. That dog is always on top of me when I'm working out. Not that I've been able to work out lately. Luna says you were doing backflips on the way to the bathroom in Thailand. So if you guys haven't caught the podcast that I do on Saturday nights, it's called The Goddamn Program. And when you are a part of the demons or the addicts of the comments and those of us in the host, anytime anybody says Thailand, you have to take a drink. So if you have a cup next to you, since Luna Project said Thailand, in honor of The Goddamn Program, we'll all take a drink. And then if I was doing backflips after too many drinks, I may have busted my arm. That's a good story. Lizzie says, a beam fell on you while you were rushing to save a dozen puppies from a burning building. You shrugged it off because you're a badass. I love that, but I'm picturing Pee-wee in Pee-wee's Big Adventure when he's rescuing all the animals from the pet shop and he comes running out with the snakes and goes, ah, and falls. That's funny. Oh, here we go. Mortimer Deadfellow says, you have started to create a new martial art called legs and feet to your face while in heels. That's funny. Oh, I like Tanya's story. You can tell everyone, well, how that happened is between me and Dave. I like that story. That's a good one. Hey, so Severian is here. Hi, and so is Looney. Hey, what's up with you? Let's see. Oh no, I'm sorry, Kyler. Were you unprepared for the T word? I don't want to steal that from the goddamn program, but since somebody said it, I figured we might as well follow suit and take a drink. But yeah, if you guys are just joining, welcome. It is season 3, episode 1, and we are celebrating by coming up with a backstory of how I hurt my arm because I woke up and hurt myself is a stupid story. So I was looking for a better story to tell people why I'm in pain and have to go get an MRI because that sucks. It sucks. And I just finally got over my rotator cuff being injured, which, the really cool backstory from that is I reached behind me to close a cabinet door. So we are having way too many injuries for stupid reasons lately. Let's say, oh, okay, that's okay. Kyler took a drink of water. Can't really drink until Friday. Nope, that's good. Water is good. Juice, iced tea, soda, booze. We don't judge. Whatever you have works. Okay, Mortimer says, arm wrestling Bigfoot, but you won and he's in his feelings from it. I like that one too. That's a good one. I like the pet store, the between me and Dave and the Bigfoot. Those are great. So where I also asked what everybody did for holidays, because I haven't talked to you guys. I think this is my first podcast of 2025. So however you celebrated the holidays and New Year's, whatever it is you do, if you want to share with the class, please put it in the comments. I was talking about having so much fun taking my godson from New Zealand around and just showing him certain things in America. I think he really, really enjoyed going to work at the deli with my husband. So he got to help out with that kind of stuff. When I was a kid, I used to love that. Like, as much as I loved doing fun stuff, I loved being able to help do, like jobs and act like a grown up. That was always fun to do. So I think he really enjoyed that. Kyler says I ran out of pickles and had to fight for the last pickle jar. There you go. That could get rough. That could really get rough fighting over pickles. Hey, Cody. Thanks for joining. Oh, Aaliyah moved over here. Everybody's bouncing between Facebook and YouTube because sometimes YouTube is very babysittery when it comes to stuff and they like to censor people. I don't understand why that is, but I appreciate all of you jumping on both YouTube and Facebook. That is awesome, and I'm super glad that you're here. Luna said it's her story about the pickles. Oh no, Aaliyah got bounced. I'm sorry. Man, it's crazy how like the guards on social media are just like, no fun for you. Let's see. I love that Looney asked about squirrels. So when Greg came the last time, that's my godson, he was only 5. Now he's 13. But when he came when he was 5, he was just obsessed with the squirrels because they don't have them. Squirrels and lightning bugs. He loved them. Obviously, that was in the warmer months. But this time, he got to build us like 5 snowmen. They were all. But because they don't get snow like that in New Zealand either. So that was super exciting. And the first one he built in the backyard, and he came in and he got a baby carrot for the nose, and he was so proud of it. I don't know if that was the one he named Snow. All of them had a name. I don't remember now what they were. But it was a super cute snowman with the baby carrot nose, and then Muffy went out and decapitated it. I felt so bad, but she wanted to eat the carrot. So that was the end of the first snowman because my dog decapitated him. But he got to build some more. So that was fun and have like snowball fights with the kids that live across the street. So I think he really had a fun time. But it was funny because he was staying in this room. So that was why it worked out well for me to take those weeks off because he was sleeping in here. And then I could come back and get it set up. If you guys noticed, if you weren't here when I was talking about my my new setup that's coming about. So I'm excited to have my polecast room more decorated, and it's just going to keep growing as time goes on. Luna's asking, are your squirrels big there too? We have year round and are quite big. Yes. In the winter, they are fat buggers. I don't know where they're getting their food, but they're so fluffy and fat. I don't know. But we have like the gray squirrels. When I lived in Jersey, I lived not too far from Princeton, and we used to have black squirrels. And we were told, I don't know if it's true, but we were told that they were a scientific experiment at Princeton University that broke out. They were really pretty though. They were like all black and they were really cool looking. But yeah, here we have the gray, like grayish brown ones with the big fat tails and the big fat bellies. Oh, Luna says ours are almost cat sized. Yeah, some of them get that big. So they must have their winter rations put away so that they can keep eating. Lately, we've had a lot of fox too. There was one just running across the backyard, and I was glad I didn't let the dogs out there because they probably wouldn't have won that fight. But we have fox, we have deer, um, squirrels, of course, woodchucks, not woodchucks, chipmunks, and groundhogs. So we get a variety of visitors, and we have a creek out back, so it's fun to see, the different animals come to get a drink out of there. Lizzie says that she thinks they have mostly red ones down here. No chipmunks, though. Cannot remember the last time I saw a chipmunk. We have one up the mountains that, of course, we named Chip because we're creative like that. But I always say, coming at you like a spider monkey, Chip, because I love Talladega Nights. So anytime I see a chipmunk, I have to say that to him. The one lives in the woodpile out back, and there's another one that lives out front under the deck. So we get to see them every now and again. They're super cute. And up there we have bobcats and black bears, lots of deer, turkeys. So you never know what you're going to see. But unfortunately, because of all of the building that's going on, you see so many of them dead in the road because they have nowhere to go anymore. They've killed their houses. So we also have raccoons. Oh, yes, and we do have coyotes around here now, Luna. So she said fox I don't think would attack, more coyote or wolves. I don't think the fox would attack, but I think when one of my dogs went after it, it would defend itself. And I think it's got sharper things at its disposal. But thankfully I didn't find out because I didn't let them out back. But yeah, it's been a very busy few weeks for me. What have you guys been up to? Let me know in the comments. I forgot to I have a book in front of me a little bit so we can pick a page a little bit later on. But I haven't been able to dance in many, many weeks, so I haven't added anything new to the playlist there. But if you guys have heard any new songs that you think would be a good addition to the playlist, you can let me know that too. Because, like I said, I'm kind of scared to play Smash or Trash since I got in trouble that one time. But like I said, if I don't actually play it, then I can't get in trouble. Yeah, I haven't danced in so long. That's not even in the beginnings of my playlists anymore. Let's see. Dear tasty animals, and don't ask my car about how much she hates them. Oh my gosh. My daughter had a deer run out in front of her car, and the amount of damage was insane. You wouldn't think that Bambi could do that much damage, but man, they are like cuckoo crazy, the amount that they can do to your car. Luna says, we had foxes in Texas that hung out at the impound. Were they the red, I know there's different kinds. We have red fox around here. Not, it's the big one, Elizabeth, not that red fox, but the animal. We have them around here. And Lizzie says, surviving the cold, prepping stuff for Legend of Bloody Bones, which I am super excited about that movie. I cannot wait until that comes out. And Aaliyah says, I moved my household over Christmas. Oh, I thought you meant you moved your social media you were watching the podcast on. I'm sorry. No, you actually moved your house. Cool. I hope you enjoyed your new place and that you're getting all settled in. That's awesome. And Luna has gray fox. Cool. Rebecca says, Lizzie, I've been freezing for days. I can't get warm for nothing. I love winter, but fuck, I want a little warmth. Here it's today. Let me see what I love my weather app. It's called What the Forecast if you ever want like a more fun weather app than the normal ones. And you can pick if it like cusses or not. It's just taking a while. It's been taking a while to load lately. I don't know whether it's thinking about it or maybe it's so cold my weather app is frozen. Let me open it again, see if it works. So here, it's 12 degrees. Yeah, that's a stupid one. Let me open it again. Get a funnier one. And it just says the cold night air will knock your arse over tit. That wasn't that funny though. My favorite one that I've gotten before is it's so cold it'll test your frosticles. I like that one. But it's cold. And I like, okay, Luna Project says I bought a heated blanket. Every night I sleep with this heated throw that my best friend got for me. And it's like, just like a smaller blanket. But I have that on because I'm freezing. And that's, with all the blankets, with a couple dogs on top of me, I'm still cold. So I have the heated blanket as well. I don't blame you. Tanya says, dear, the reason I'll be lucky to get a grand on trade because of the accident history. I'm sorry. They are all over and they just come out and mess up your car so bad. I'm ready for summer. I'm really not built for winter. I'm not a winter fan. I like the fire in the fireplace. And snow's pretty if I'm inside looking out at it, but I'm not skiing, no interest. Like sledding, be fun for like 5 minutes. When I was a kid, I used to love sledding. I used to love getting the Wonder Bread wrappers on under my boots and looking like Ralphie's younger brother in A Christmas Story, going out with my two brothers, trudging up to the ski hill to go sledding down it. Not anymore. Not my jam. Much more about summer and fall than winter for sure. Yeah, Tanya says, summer, can't wait to see her sweet face. Exactly. Oh, you're always warm and you have to stay cold like Mr. Freeze. How do you stay? Because where you are, it gets cold too, right, Kyler? It's not like warm all the time where you are. I don't want to say where you live unless you want me to, but I don't know. And that was the problem. I don't know if you guys saw my posts. Because of my arm, I've been like alternating heat and ice on it, and I got yelled at by my doctor today because I've been like keeping it on too long. But if I get the heat on it, I want to like push it through until it's like right on my lung. Like I just want the hot inside my actual body. Like that's how I try to push it. And I've actually blown up 2 of those microwavable heating pads because like I put it in for the amount that it said, but I did it multiple times. And I'm pissed because I had this heating pad and it was stuffed with like herbs and beans, and it was from 1990 something. I've had this thing 30 years easy and it still worked. It just smelled like ass, like it would heat up and it was kind of like a burnt popcorn kind of smell. Even like sometimes I would make it wet and put it in because you can do that with those, to do the moist heat. And then it just smelled like wet ass, it was. So I'm like, all right, I need to get another one because this one is stinky. And it was getting to the point where I was using it so much that I would get in the shower and like the smell would come out of my skin because I had kind of burnt the smell into myself. So I'm like, all right. So I ordered 2 off of Amazon. First one was really cool. It had these loops on either side so I could kind of wrap it around and pull it tight and, like get it to stay on. I was using clips. I was totally MacGyver in this shit. It was wonderful. And then it exploded, beans everywhere in the microwave. Had to clean all that out. So then I had another one that was really good. It was a good size. It's kind of like a dish towel size one. And so I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it in there in a towel in case I explode it. I will have the towel to get the beans using my brain, right? Well, what I did was I used it so many times that when it overheated, it got two burn holes in it and it singed my towel. Like, thank God I got it out of there before I burnt the house down. But my towel that I loved has big black spots all over it now. There were two, like, it kind of melted and I didn't know. So I took it out of the microwave and I went, ow, and beans everywhere. I'm like, I was prepared to get the beans and they still went everywhere. So I really wish I had kept my one from the 90s because even though it was stinky, it's still like I could heat it up again and again and again and again, and it didn't explode. So now I have an electric heating pad because I cannot be trusted with the microwavable ones. And it heats up to 158 degrees. So if anyone can put in the comments the scientific reason behind 158 degrees, not 160, not 155, 158 degrees, which I wish I could crank it up to like 258 and then push it into my lung because I just want that heat. But my doctor today is like, no, 10 minutes of ice, 15 minutes of heat, and then wait an hour. I'm like, that's torture. I just want to be in the warm all the time. And I can't because I'm apparently making it worse doing that. But I don't see how I am. Excuse me, because it makes me feel better. So now tomorrow, I need to call my PCP, who I don't know, I've never met, I've never been to. It's a name I picked off of my insurance website, and convince them to get me an MRI, which probably means I need to go for a regular visit to get an x-ray to find out the x-ray is not going to show us what we need, and then maybe I'll get the MRI because everything has to be multi-steps now. We can't just go do the thing. So Kyler says, I barely passed chemistry, so I can't tell you shit about science. I took chemistry twice. So I respect that. If you barely passed it one time, you're ahead of me. That's awesome. I took chemistry at my public school, and the teacher had a ping pong table in the classroom and let everyone play ping pong and talked about nothing but ping pong and then gave us a chemistry test and expected us to pass it. So I did not do well when I took chemistry there, but I got a D. And then what I didn't know was that was the year that I skipped a day of school. And I had never cut school before, but I was feeling kind of saucy. So I cut school that day. And the funny part about this was the school called my house, and my older brother picked up the phone because I had him, set up to cover my ass in case school called. Well, my dad picked up the phone at the same time, and my brother said, I got it, to which my dad hung up the phone. I was that close to getting caught. And they said, that I wasn't in school, and my brother said, oh, she's home with me. And they were like, okay. And then I had to pay my brother $20 to keep his mouth shut. So it was a very multi-step skip day of school. And I snuck over to the guy I was dating at the time's house, and we were all excited to have the house to ourselves and enjoyed having the house to ourselves. And then I was going down the hall to use the bathroom, and lo and behold, his little sister didn't go to school that day, and we didn't know that. And she was home too. And she told on us, and we got in trouble. All that to say, what I didn't know was that public school will allow you to skip so many days, not skip, but miss so many days. And then if you miss more than that, they drop your grade down one. Well, I think that was the year I was diagnosed with IBS. So I was at the doctor a lot that year, and I had missed like 12 days because of that. So this was my 13th day, which caused all of my grades to drop down one. So I wound up failing chemistry. I forget what else. There were like 2 or 3 classes that I would have passed with D's, but then I got F's in because I skipped that day. So my second time taking chemistry was at private school, and the teacher would sit in the front of the classroom and play acoustic guitar for us. and he would sing like Fire and Rain and tell us how he played for Bon Jovi when he really just auditioned for Bon Jovi and did not get the gig. But it was, at least that part was entertaining. But I think I passed that with a C. I did better because he actually taught in addition to playing guitar. So I know I actually passed the class. I don't remember what the grade was, but at least, second time around was the charm for that. So let's see. Oh, yeah, they'll likely have you come in before they sign off on an MRI. Yeah, I know they definitely won't just write that, but I'm sure if I say, my acupuncture doctor said that this is what it most likely is and that I need an MRI, they're going to say, well, first we got to do this. We'll see. Hopefully I can get in before March because, everything's filled up. Let's see. Lizzie said, Google is not fully understanding my question. It thinks I want to know temperatures of various heating pads, nothing on the why. Okay. Just that experts recommend not making them hotter than 160, so it may stay clear of some regulation. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's them giving themselves a little buffer in case it's not completely accurate. They have a couple degree wiggle room there. But I just thought that was funny. I'm like 158 degrees. Why that odd number? That's just bizarre. So yeah, that's my heating pad saga. So I'm not buying any more microwavable ones because I can't be trusted with them. Apparently, I feel like I should get one of those coal warmers like they had back in revolutionary times that they'd like use to warm the beds and just lay on it. Get that heat in there. It's like my back and my pec and my arm, and now it's in my armpit, which is bizarre. It's very bizarre. But this too shall pass. So yeah, what else can we talk about, guys? I've missed you. What have you been up to? What did I miss? Catch me up with you guys. A lot of you I have talked to, which is pretty awesome. I love that we stay in touch even in addition to the podcast. But if you are out there and you have not said hello yet, please say hi in the comments. I'd like to know who all is here. And I think it's like really awesome that, let's see, yeah, Luna says, probably to protect the company against liability for burns. Absolutely. I had that thought because nowhere in the heating pad that I blew up, either of them, did it say, that you had to have some sort of liquid in the microwave with it or anything like that. So I probably could have been like, I'm going to sue you, but that's bad karma because I heated it up too many times. So, but there's people that do lawsuits for stupider stuff and win it. So I wouldn't have been surprised. But yeah, my hope is just to be better soon because you guys have known me a long time. For me to not have worked out in weeks is not me. And it's like, yes, I do that for my physical health, but I also do it for my mental health. So I've been kind of having to make sure that I'm keeping myself healthy that way because I can't write. I can't journal because my arm's not working. My hand goes numb. So I'm going to have to get one of those speech to typing programs and maybe start a Doogie Howser journal until my arm's better because I haven't been able to do that. And the things that I normally have in my schedule have been harder to do. So I just want to get back to normal, whatever my normal is, which is not normal, but you know what I mean, back to usual. So hopefully that will happen soon. But yeah, I'm trying to think what's going on. So upcoming cool stuff that I will be participating in. Next Thursday, I have a drag queen friend, Schwa Devi, who is doing online bingo. So if anybody would like to join that, it's next Thursday night. I can get you the information to get a ticket. She is a freaking trip. And then the day after that, Friday, is Rocky Horror, the monthly Rocky Horror Picture Show viewing that my older brother and I go to. I got my kit there. There's Rocky right there. Oh yeah, my lunchbox is up there. You can't see it. So that's that. And then February 15th is a Galentine's Day party that I'm going to at Crimson and Ivy Boudoir Photography. So that's going to be fun. So anybody that's in the area that wants to join me for that, ladies only for the Galentines, I can get you the information for that. But bingo's online, so everybody can play if you would like. I don't know what the prizes are or anything, but it's going to be fun because when it gets to be winter and it's cold and you can't go out and do stuff, you need to have fun. So if you guys have anything fun going on that everybody can participate in, put it in the comments. I'm very happy to give you guys shout outs. You know that. I love lifting everybody up and sharing what everybody's doing. So feel free to give me stuff that I can shout out for you. I also said at the beginning of the podcast, so if you hopped on a little later, you might have missed it. Podcast room, the Polecast room is being redone, as you can see. So if you have something that I can add to the collection to shout out your stuff, send it to me. I'm happy to add it to a wall. And if it doesn't get in the visible spot for now, I can put it in other spots and post pictures of it as well to give you all a shout out because I'm happy to do that. Love you guys. And there is enough success to go around for everybody. So definitely send it my way. Let's see here. How are we doing time-wise, guys? Oh my God, it's been 40 minutes already. You guys, when we hang out, I have so much fun. Time flies. All right, so let's see here. Let's play a little Smash or Trash. So if we have anybody new to the podcast tonight, what we do is I put my Learned in Go-Go playlist compilation, which you get complimentary if you order a copy of Learned in Go-Go. Everything I need to know I learned in Go-Go. Signed paperback from me. You get the playlist for free. But I put it on shuffle and I will tell you guys what the song title and artist is. I'm not going to play it because I did that once and I got in trouble. And if you like it, you put smash in the comments. And if you don't like it, you put trash in the comments. Easy peasy. Oh, thank you, Kyler. Kyler said, AKA best book ever. Thank you. I'm so glad. It means a lot. I appreciate that. So let's put it on shuffle. And our first song for Smash or Trash is Numb by Linkin Park. We get that one a lot, I feel like. Okay, that was just a little taste of Linkin Park. Numb. I used to use that and 30 Seconds to Mars, The Kill for my first set of the night for like many months. Like at the end of my dancing, that was my first set, would be Numb and The Kill. All right, Kyler's smashing it. Thank you. I love Linkin Park. I'm actually going to go see them in August with the new singer because I'm curious to see how I feel about her live. It's going to be an interesting show. But the reason why we definitely weren't going to miss it is because it's right around my husband's brother's birthday and he loved Linkin Park and he passed away in 2010. So we're going to celebrate my brother-in-law too. So that'll be cool. Oh, we have a smash from Mortimer and a smash from Luna Projects. Awesome. All right, so let's see what our next one is. All right, it did in the end by Youth Gone Wild by Skid Row. Smash or Trash. I love that it picked Skid Row because I've told you guys before, Smash or Trash makes me think of 18 in Life because the first time MTV played the video for 18 in Life, it was on their show Smash or Trash. So I just picture the phone number coming up in Smash or Trash when I hear Skid Row. All right, we have a smash from Mortimer and a smash from Lizzie. I love Skid Row. I have my big Skid Row poster downstairs. I was really thinking of bringing it up here, but I don't have that much wall space, and I wanted to save the room for the smaller stuff. Kyler, I still love you, but wow, how can you not like Skid Row? Not a Skid Row fan. We can work on that. It's okay. All right, I'll give it up. And Luna smashes it. Yes. We are the youth gone wild. I was a youth when that came out. All right, up next we have Bon Jovi, Bed of Roses. That's not one that you hear that often. That's not one of the more popularly played Bon Jovi songs on radio and stuff like that. But I was always a Bon Jovi fan, not just because I'm from Jersey, but I've always loved Bon Jovi, and that's one that I liked that wasn't as mainstream. So, all right. So we have a smash from Lizzie and a trash from Mortimer. Dun dun dun. Discord in the dead fellow household. All right, Mortimer, why don't you like Bed of Roses? Why? I just think it's funny, like, some of the references like saving dimes to make phone calls and all that, like nowadays you never would even consider doing that now that we all have cell phones, but back when you had to use pay phones, so you had to save up your change. Let's see. Luna says, I don't know why I don't like that song. I love the Bad Medicine album. Yeah, New Jersey was a fantastic album. This one is off of does it Keep the Faith? I'm looking at the yeah, I don't know which album that was. I feel like it was Keep the Faith, but I can't see the little icon. Um, Overplayed when it came out, and Kyler's trashing it. Can't listen to him anymore. His songs were everywhere when I was a kid. His songs were everywhere for a long time because they were super successful. But I get it. When things are overplayed, you're not going to be a fan. Luna says it's a trash. It gives me chills in not a good way. Okay, well, I mean, it is about cheating on his wife, so that's fair. I gotcha. All right, next up we have Nickelback. How You Remind Me. I'm gonna go hide from all the trashes that are gonna come. True story, like true transparency. I love Nickelback, and I don't care that they get all the hate because not for nothing, they are a great go-go bar band. Like they definitely the songs that they write just work in titty bars. They're fantastic. All right, Lizzie and Luna both gave it a smash. Awesome. Yeah, and especially like the older stuff, like Animals and like Nickelback hat. Oh, hate Chad? Is that hate Chad? Okay, yeah. Why do you hate Chad Kroger? What did he do? He always looks like the Cowardly Lion to me. Luna, I still like them. I do too. Like I've liked all of their stuff, but their older stuff in particular. I got something in your mouth stuck in my head. That's not the one I'm thinking of. Dang it. It's I like your pants around your feet. When I was out filming The Red Huntress, we were out for 9 hours on Saturday filming, and it was effing cold out. So the creator was like, okay, we're going to go out to dinner. Well, I thought we were going to go back to the hotel and then go out to dinner, but we all just went out to dinner. So here I am in this bar restaurant in my husband's thermals with a leather trench coat over it. Like that was my outfit. So I'm like, okay. And we're sitting there, and like when we pulled up, the parking lot was jam packed, and we went in and there's tables available. I'm like, where is everybody? Like the parking lot's, completely full. So we go in, and I'm like, do I hear live music? So I like me and the special effects guy, we like go back into the back room. There was a Nickelback tribute band playing. Now, first of all, I didn't know there was any Nickelback tribute bands. Second, they were called, I believe, I may be misremembering, but I believe they were called Feed the Machine. So if that's a Nickelback reference that I don't know, please let me know, because normally I thought tribute bands either were named after something to do with the band or looked like the band. These guys did neither, but they were 5 old dudes having the time of their life, and I was there for it. So it was a lot of fun. Oh, Leah's got to go. Everybody say bye to Aaliyah. Thank you so much for hopping on, sweetie. Love you. See you next week. So we go back, and I forget what song they were playing first, but then like the lead singer's like, you know what I like? I like your pants around your feet. I was dying. I was like, yeah. Figure You Out. That's the name of that song. I had to sing it to the chorus. He runs his mouth too much and picks a fight with everyone. Okay, I did not know that about him. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, so like all I know about Chad is that he married Avril Lavigne and they're not together anymore. Like that's I don't really know. He's Canadian. That's my knowledge of Chad Kroeger, and he looks like the Cowardly Lion. Or he used to when he had ramen hair. I don't think he has that anymore. I think he cut it off. But yeah, okay, so let's see what's next. All right, it's Every Rose Has Its Thorn by Poison, which is a little slow for tonight. So let's pick something else. Okay, weird. It's The Kill by 30 Seconds to Mars, which I mentioned earlier. How weird is that? So let's go with 30 Seconds to Mars, The Kill, which another little backstory. When I first heard that song, one of the DJs at work used to play it for me before I was familiar with it. They'd be like, "Oh, you're going to like it. I'll just play it for you." And you know, most of the time they were dead on. They knew me. So they play the song. I thought he was saying "marry me." And then I, in time learned that the words are "bury me, bury me." I'm like, oh, that completely changes the entire vibe of the song. But I love that song. Why can't I see all the comments? Oh, I think Kyler just put a little up. I don't know if your up was on Mortimer's Trash Brett Michaels, because Luna said, I'm dying. That's great. Cowardly Lion in between, but you guys are on different platforms. So I'm going to guess your upward arrow is pointing at Mortimer's trashing Brett Michaels. Lizzie, I was waiting for the first one. You said you didn't know. Look it up. It's 30 Seconds to Mars, Jared Leto. I've touched his hair. When we went and saw Linkin Park and 30 Seconds to Mars in concert, he went running behind our row, and I like reached out and his hair just did a little. I was like, oh, yeah. My husband was making fun of me, but I don't care. I totally fangirled. It was awesome. So definitely check that out. It's like, come take me now, bury me, bury me. Yeah. I don't want to like sing it, because then I'll get in trouble. But it's like, I am finished with you. Look it up. It's a good song if you don't know it. I like it a lot. You were doing pretty good tonight, Lizzie. I was on board with you because I'm like, she knows them all so far. Yes. That's awesome. That's okay. I'm hoping that the band name is 30 Seconds to Mars. It's Jared Leto's band, Jordan Catalano, for all of you, my so-called Life fans. But no, Lizzie, you were doing awesome. And I'd like to think that I introduce you to some new stuff when we do this. So, try to expand the minds. All right, we'll do one more and then we'll do pick a page because it's already at like 53 minutes, guys. You rock. You have been distracting me from wanting to chop my arm off, and I'm having a really good time, and I love you guys. Thank you. All right, last one for tonight. Fall Out Boy, Sugar, We're Going Down. Any Fall Out Boy fans? That's another one that, like, when it first came out, figuring out the lyrics was hard because that was, if they didn't have liner notes and CDs, there was no Google. Like, you couldn't just Google the lyrics. Kyler, are you booing Fall Out Boy? Don't you boo them. They have a lot of good songs. Let's see. Luna says, I think it's funny, and I didn't recognize the song. I think it's funny, and I didn't recognize the song. You don't know Sugar, We're Going Down? Oh my goodness. I'm going to start, let's see. Let me see if I can do this real quick here. Da, da, da. I'll be your number one with a bullet. You'd know it if you heard it. I swear you would, because it was a very, very popular song. See if I can do it here. I got the sheet music for you. Ed, you're not a child, or you shouldn't be on this podcast if you are. All right, so we'll see if, is it not letting me? Oh, okay, cool. I put it in both of the platforms. So that is Sugar We're Going Down, and then I will put in 30 Seconds to Mars as well, so you guys can hear those songs that you weren't familiar with. Let's see here. I think it's funny that the subtitle is Bury Me when I didn't know that and I thought he was saying Marry Me. All right, let's see here. Did it add a... Let me know if that last YouTube link didn't work, because I don't know if it added a... No, it didn't. Okay. Okay, now you recognize it. I knew it. I knew you knew the song. Cool. So I'm going to stand up for 1 second because my book is up here. So excuse my really styling PJ pants I got on. If you can even see them, because my MCR shirt's pretty long. All right. So the other fun thing is that StreamYard, which I use for my podcast, between my last podcast and now, completely redid where they put things. So like I had to go find my theme song, and now I'm like, I know that I have pick a page. Here we go. I know I have this, but I had to go find it. All right. So between 1 and 306, let's pick a couple pages, and I will read to you from Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go, How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self, available on learnedingogo.com. That is learnedingogo.com. All right, Mortimer in there first with 242. All right. I settled in and started moving to the music. He began to tell me about how much he loved to jerk off to Shannon Tweed movies. For 2 full songs, he went on in more detail than I cared to hear. In my head, I kept a steady stream of la 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 playing while I smiled and nodded. Good pick, Mortimer. And I can see the guy now. If you guys don't know that story, you got to get this book. That's a story. All right. So Luna picked 100. I have a bookmark in there. I don't think I was actually saving that page. I think I just shoved the bookmark in there. Okay. I'll shut them down before they get the chance. Sometimes someone might have had a bad experience in the past, which leads them to look at all things with a negative perspective without digging any deeper to see what makes you and your opportunity different. Or maybe it's because you're 6 months old and green beans just aren't as yummy as applesauce. All right. Somebody wants to give me one more page between 1 and 306. I can read the first few sentences on that page. It's funny because I know exactly what I was talking about, but if you didn't read the book, you don't know what led up to green beans being yummier than applesauce. All right, Lizzie picks 16. Oh, and early in the book one. Let's see here. And again, like sometimes it starts in the middle of a sentence. So, have been able to write this book without the countless characters who have made my journey more colorful and more fun, and who, when they pop into my mind, bring a smile to my face. We still laugh when we talk about the good old days. When I started out, the bars were much different than they are now. Some of the stories that my friends who still work in this bar scene tell me make me shake my head in disbelief. Are things really that different, or am I just older now and more easily shocked? Surely not the latter. So that's that one. Hey, my cousin. Oh, thank you, Luna. She said, your book had me in stitches multiple times. I'm so glad. Hold on one second. That was my intent. I'm so glad. That makes me so happy. Thank you. And everybody say hi to my cousin. I'm glad you hopped on. We're almost done, but I'm glad you're here. So in this last minute, once again, thank you. I love you guys so much. I missed you the past few weeks. I will be back next Wednesday. I can't wait to do this again. I just love hanging out with you guys. You are a bright spot in my life, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm so glad to have met each and every one of you, and I'm grateful. So thank you so much for always having my back. You guys rock. And let me, because again, I got to figure out the new StreamYard. Let me get to my thingy dingy here, my thingy dingy. I bet there's a page about that in my book. Again, if you don't have a copy, learnedingogo.com. You can get a copy. If you have one, please share. Please write a review. Please, please, please spread the word, because I'm going to need to pay medical bills for my arm. So please, please help me sell books. No, I love you guys. And I really just want to spread smiles and hopefully some inspiration with this. So I appreciate you all. And remember that when life is being hard and coming at you, you have to take it on head first. Because when you stick your head in the sand, you think you're hiding from the world, but everybody else just sees a big ass. Love ya.